Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn Simplify. If you find yourself in any of this industry like me, either business analyst, research analyst, financial analyst, project management, and so on and so forth, and you find yourself doing a lot of boring and repetitive tasks in Excel, I'll show you a macro whereby you can click a button and get a file like this. You can save yourself more time and be more productive at work. Let's dive into it. Let's say this is your Excel file that you receive every week. You can download this Excel file in the description box below. You see we have week 1, 2, and 3 here, and we want to be able to format this before sharing with our manager or the top management, making sure it looks nice, for them and easy to follow for everyone. So in order to record macro, the first thing we need to do, right click on this ribbon and click on customize the ribbon. So this will open this tab for us. Under the main tab, scroll down until you see the developer tab. Click on this and click OK. So what this does for us is to add the developer tab into this for us. Click on the developer tab, and right now we want to click on record macro. Click on it. Since we are working on the format, so we can name this as formats and click OK. As we see here, this says stop recording. So that means macro is recording for us. Anything we do on our screen right now, it's being recorded into the macro. First thing we want to do, click on this. We want to match the cell and make it in the center. Press Shift right arrow, use 𝗙𝗯𝗹𝗶 to make it align and center. And we want to change the background to different color. So press 𝗙H to change the background. So you can choose any background that you want on this one. So let's choose dark tea on the background. Now we want to change the font. Instead of black, we want to change it to white. On that one, click on 𝗙HFC to change it to white. Click on the white that we need. Now we have it in white, and we press Ctrl B to make it bold for us. So we want to change the second tab as well. Press Shift right arrow to the end. Let's say we want to make this a lighter tea. Press 𝗙H again and press the color that you want on this one. So let's put the lighter one, and we are able to see it there. For us to send this to the management, we want to visualize this by country and also by revenue. So click on the country, press Ctrl Shift right arrow. That will copy everything to the right, and press Ctrl Shift down arrow, to highlight all the cell. Insert graphics, go to insert, and let's go for our combo. So click on this combo and click on the graphics that we want. Make any adjustment as needed. You can change the chart title to what you want, but for me, I will just delete this chart title. So click on delete chart title, and this is looking good for me right now. So I'll stop the macro. So go to the developer tab and click on stop macro. Now, right now we have the macro for this. Now that we've been able to record the macro, let's go to week 2 and see how we can use this macro. Now we are on week 2 under the developer tab. You can see macro here. Click on that macro. It opened this box whereby we see the formats that we save. It's right there. So just click on this format and click on run. This should run the macro for us. Instead of always going into developer tab, click macro, we can add a button here whereby we can click on at every point to run this macro for us. So to do that, let's go back. Let me delete this. We want to add the button right here. So since we are still under the developer, just go to under insert. You see different button here. The one we want to use is the button form. So click on this button form and click it on where you want the button form to be. We want to make sure we link it to the format that is needed. So click on this format and click OK. Rename the button form, change it to format. Anytime we want to run the macro, instead of going through to the macro here, we can just click on this format, and that will run the macro for us. So far, we've been able to see how to add a button. We can also assign macro to an image. So here is my company logo right here. So you can right click on this one. Under this, you can see assign macro. So we can assign macro to this as well. Click on format macro, press OK. And right now we have macro under this image. So once we click on this, it's going to run the same macro for us right here. So let's say in week 3, there are more countries added to our data, and we want to run the same macro. We did the macro for lesser data. Is it going to work for us? Let's find out. Now we are in week 3. We don't have the button for the macro here or the image, the logo that we use in week 2. But we've noticed there's new data that's been added to this, which is India, Russia, Scotland, and also Qatar. As we see, it ends in Finland here. But now we have 4 different countries added to this. So we want to check out if our code is going to work. So let's go back to the developer tab. Let's go back to our macro. Click on macro and click on this format one and run this macro. We can see the macro works. So why is the macro working for us now that we have more data? So let's review and see what we have in our code. Click on the macro, and under this format you see there's an edit button here. So click on the edit button. I know it's not everyone that understands the macro or language. I will explain why the code is working for us. When we look at this, the macro is working for us because we use a shortcut. As we see here, we have our Excel center and SM button to highlight what we need to automate. This is very dynamic. But if we use range like this, B2 to G2, this is not going to work for us, because the moment we add something that is not within this range, the code will not work for us. So this is the reason why the code is working for us, because we are able to use dynamic and we are able to use shortcuts. When we are working with our macro, shortcut is very useful so that at the end of the day, we'll be able to have a dynamic automation. We won't be able to save this file as a regular Excel file, so we need to save it special since it has a macro to it. So to save it, go to File, press Save As. You want to give the file a name, so let's say training. Under this Excel, we want to make sure we save it as Excel macro enable. Click on this and you click Save This. So this has been saved now, and we'll be able to use it. But if we try to save it as regular Excel file, it will never work. If you enjoyed the video, kindly like, subscribe, and click the share button with others so that they can learn the dynamic way to automate the repetitive task and also be more productive at work. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.